The men's and women's War Games teams make no sense. Let's get into it. Roman Reigns is still having a better face turn than you know who. SmackDown advanced a lot of the War Games storylines. The OG bloodline is having trouble finding a fifth member, and that makes sense. Roman terrorized the WWE for years, so it makes sense why people would say no or want no part of it, as LA Knight tells us later on. Of course, the OTC isn't happy when Sami tells him about this later, and even less happier when Solo leads Timu Bloodline to the ring. Roman leads the OG Bloodline out to confront Solo and retreated to a vigil we haven't seen in years. A brawl breaks out because of course it does. The OGs seem to be gaining the upper hand when Bronson Reed appears out of nowhere to help Timu Bloodline. Bronson joining Timu Bloodline makes sense, but it doesn't make sense. If The Rock wasn't coming back to help Timu Bloodline, seeking a monster already on the roster makes sense. But Bronson has been a loner, and adding him seems like a ham-fisted way to get Seth possibly onto Roman's team. But regardless of that, Roman's face turn still rolls on amazingly well. Roman taking shots from Bronson makes Bronson appear like a legitimate threat, which is something you know who should take notes about. Speaking of which, Bianca's mean girl act towards Bayley is getting on my nerves. Bayley was only trying to support her only friend on the roster when Bianca and Jay rolled up throwing their weight around. I get that Bianca and Bayley have had beef for a long time, and she's not obligated to forgive her, but throwing the fact that she's trusting Io, a woman who won the title from her and participated with Bayley in her terrorizing, is certainly a choice. Would it have killed them to have Bianca have some sort of conflict with Io? At least this way, your face team wouldn't come across looking like complete asses. It was cathartic when Liv and Big Mommy Cool Raquel showed up and took them all out. Bianca and Jade had all that talk about having Naomi's back, but then they were the ones that needed help. Maybe they shouldn't have been a bitch to Bayley. Also, Bayley on the outside looking in for this women's war game match is a choice. Just like them shoehorning in Bronson onto the men's team so Seth has a reason to join, Bayley being left off the women's team make no sense. We could have had drama on this team with Bayley joining as she has connections with everyone on the team. I know why she's being left off the team and it annoys me greatly, but I'll save that rant for a later time. I'll be back for more, but for now, I'm just saying.